What's up, guys? Hades here. We had an incredible weekend of normal IB matches. I'm going to go over one of them today that I thought was an absolute banger, and that was the SF versus SSQ match. Now, this is the second time in a row these two teams have played. The first one was dangerously close, and sadly, I was unable to make a video because the timer had run out. Usually you get 2 weeks to watch a replay. I got busy with life and was unable to see it, or I would have posted that one because I played really well in that one and I was going to do a lot of my micro, but good thing we played again, and I have another one to show you. So we have SSQ here spawning in the bottom left on the red, and here is SF spawning up on the top right in white. Now you can see in the bottom, it's important to note the participants are only one away, which means it's going to be a very even match for both squads. Now for relocations, I went to the bottom side. We had some really bad spawns. If you saw here, we only had one person even remotely close, and then they spawned in late. Anyways, there was a ton of whales. SSQ added milk to their roster, and our game plan was rotate, rotate, rotate. We were outmatched for sure in terms of power. You're gonna see here, we just get totally outmatched. I'm gonna get ported very quickly. I cannot really fight anyone in their front. This player is very strong, and it's going to be a tough match, and that's the way normal IB goes. It's been tough for a very long time, but you know, we dominated the top, and that's how we played the game. We wanted to win a side, dominate and rotate, and then of course in the middle here we have Milkzilla. This guy is a massive whale, one of the top players in the game, and the goal was just to play around him, right? He's in the middle. He's not gaining any points. This is not open for another 3 minutes. We're okay. We're willing to let this go. We're not trying to match him. We're not trying to port him. It's going to take too much resources and too much time to make it happen. Now, we start to crumble here. I start to take damage. We all start to take damage. But this time around, we also got one of our biggest whales, Revo here. And he's going to do some work. He's not going to get ported. And he's going to slowly burn this position back towards our side, right? I am pretty much just focused on clearing tower, clearing tower, clearing tower, stalling points as long as possible so we can keep this small advantage we currently have because we already own tower 1. Now, when you start to think about the position here, well, there's a bunch of dead members. Their home is kind of weak, and we have a ton of players doing nothing, right? So what's the obvious thing? Well, let's not go towards milk. This is a huge macro decision, right? I'm going to start talking about this more. There's micro and there's macro, and this is a huge macro decision. So in this game state, they have a very weak home. We know we can beat these players. This is a strong player, and the other two are quite weak. We land, which is not supposed to happen. Should have been canceled. And then we're going to start to make a play for their tower 3. Now, the middle tower is about to be taken by them. There's nothing we can do. Even though these players are relatively strong, they just don't match up to Milk's main. And if he is in there, we're not getting it back. And you'll see they're going to take it. They're going to hold this for a very long time until he starts to make some mistakes later in the game. Now, we still haven't lost this tower until right now, which was a great job stalling for this long. And you can notice Revel hasn't taken any damage. In terms of power, he's slightly less than Milk, but they have almost the same thing. And so we can't touch Milk, and they can't touch Revel. So what's going to happen is slowly he's just going to burn everyone in front of him, and he's going to move his way up. And we're eventually going to be able to take that, but it's going to take time. We make a nice play down here. I make a teleport play. Can't beat Smithens on my own. We have to rally. We got to get him out. We got to get this guy out, and then we're going to go for that tower. And you can see we're still holding here. We're a little bit flimsy on the defense on our tower too. They easily could have played the macro game and gone for our tower, as we don't have very many people here in the base, and they have a ton of people here to come defend the home. Now, it's not typically ideal to go for someone's home base, because we'll look at the map, right? The distance between theirs and their home is so close versus ours. We have to go all the way from our base to here, or from the corners to here, and it's just so much time. You really shouldn't be able to hold it for a very long period of time, unless of course there are huge discrepancies in power, right? So we're trying to get Smithens gone as fast as possible. We're trying to stall as much as we can. We're getting some good damage. They're taking a lot of hits. They can't really fight everyone together, even though they are quite strong. Update in the middle. Vent Horizon's a big player. Chaos is a big player. And they still own this, but you can see that there's no milk. Right? Where'd he go? He kind of just disappeared. And then, boom, there you find him. He's up at our top. Well, we held our top, and that was our plan the whole time. Hold it. He just puts one in. He takes it as he pleases. There's not a whole lot we can do. Now, what's the play here, right? He takes it in front of your face for 2 minutes, and you still can't burn him. We got 2 free hits on him because he had his main in here, which was pretty good. But he's just going to start killing everyone. Ditch this. The plan is to ditch this, right? Now we have our play here. We got that player out, but then they teleport some more in. This guy teleported in, and this guy teleported in. And they stalled it. And it was actually pretty decent teleports, but it was also kind of short-sighted, because these teleports aren't going to stop us for very long. We have a massive force here. They would have been better off looking to attack here. These aren't very high-powered players. The Chaos guy could have landed right in the middle, teleported all of these players, and taken that in exchange. Instead, he stalls this tower for like, I don't know, 3 to 5 minutes, gets ported. We can double rally both of them. There's not a whole lot they can do. We have 4 or 5 very strong Triss players in this position, and they just can't keep up. And then, boom, now we have the time and the space to buy this out. Now, you can see the match is halfway over, and we're losing, right? Because we didn't have center. We were missing this tower for a very long time, but now we own it because Revel hasn't moved. We built a force back, got a support there, and took it back, right? And now they can't do much. They're starting to fall apart. There's only 5 of them left, maybe 6. But now we have the players, and this is going to start falling apart for them. And we have their Tower 3, which we actually have enough reinforcements here to hold it for the rest of the game. And they still have not made the macro decision to go for Tower 2, which I'm not quite sure why. Of course, Milk cleans this out very easily and very quickly. If you're a Mega Whale, you should always be bringing an attack. It is completely broken. Being able to go wherever you want is super important, because even a small player can deny you with relocations, blocking, and killing your empty relocation. So we have to hold this position the rest of the game, because we're barely ticking back the points. When you have 3 outers versus 2 inners, you only get 5 extra points per second. So we're down 13,000, and we have to keep these the rest of the game, and then we have to rotate somewhere else. Now, the play is, you can start seeing some of the relocations towards the middle. Well, if Milk's top, guess what's vulnerable? The middle. So what do? We move middle. I'm here, Zeiss is here, Bankai's here. 3 very strong players, and they left this open. They left it exposed, right? This was a very poor decision to leave such a low count and not the top players here. We have a few extra coming onto the side, and we're going to wipe this out pretty quickly. And this is an important rotation, right? Milk is still not doing anything. Oh, he moved into the Sun Altar. And he's going to get stuck here for a very long time because now we're on Whale Watch. And they make this huge mistake to not take the altar and then move their reloads, right? The whole point of taking Sun and Moon is that your relocations are invisible, which makes finding them and stopping them really hard. But of course, that guy goes while we can see him, showing us they're here, and then Milk goes, showing us he's here. And I'm calling this out and I'm timing it. And I'm like 50 seconds, 40 seconds, 30 seconds. The only thing on the map that matters is blocking his relocation. We're already winning. All we have to do is block him, right? And you can see the timer reset, blocked. He's going to get blocked over and over. And then I'm actually going to make a huge call here. It should be very soon. Someone's going to step on his reload, and we call for him not to step on it. It was right there. It got canceled. It's kind of buggy in the screen. We said, don't block it. We're going to kill it. We kill it. Now he's on a 3-minute timer. He's stuck here for 3 minutes. He literally can't do anything. All while this is happening, of course, we're losing our home base. They finally make the macro decision to take it. They should have taken it a long time ago. Smithens is a problem. Lucas is a problem. And then they're going to have one more teleport in here before they take it. And we lose this for a very long time, mainly because most of our players are taking defensive, just to be a little more mindful on the speed ups, not be wasteful, because the defense lets you save so many and get so much back for free with the healing skill and the reborn. So back to Tower 3, we kind of left quite a few of our top players to rotate middle, which was very much worth it. We traded up because middle's worth more. And as you can see, now we're getting 35 to 20, and our lead is growing very quickly with the 3-2 with the middle being held. Now, we're not going to be able to hold this for very long. Saren is a very strong player, and they have a few other very strong players in here. I believe Lisa has a very good March. And our forces are dwindling. We only have 2, 3, 4, 5 left. The call here is stall, 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 stall. Clear the tower as much as possible. If you can clear this tower, you save yourself more points, right? The longer you delay them, boom, you restart it, 2 more minutes. Boom, you restart it, 2 more minutes. Every time you clear it out, 2 more minutes. Unless, of course, they have a support skill, which I can see because it dropped immediately to like 110. Which means there's a support in there. And then boom, 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 try and clear, try and clear, try and clear. With your last dying breath, try and clear that tower before you die. You're going to lose this, right? With enough time, you lose it. But you only have to stall for 12 minutes. Stall the tower. Every time you refresh it, boom, another minute. Boom, another minute. You can see they're starting to make a little bit of a play on the outsides here, but it's a little disjointed and not quite enough. I'm here. We have a few strong players. They're not going to take that easily. We've cleaned up a few of their players. Event Horizon gets in there. He's extremely strong, and he delays our take multiple times, doing exactly what I just talked about very well. But he is only one person versus 15. He cannot take this. There's only a handful of people in the entire game that would be able to clear that, and he is not one of them. But there's 2 in this match who could have, and that would have been Milk and Revel. Speaking of Milk, he's been stuck here forever. We blocked him, we blocked him, we blocked him. And now it doesn't matter. The game is over. Even if he shows up middle, we can delay him long enough. He does make it here eventually. But it's not going to matter, right? We leave our bottom quite exposed here. You can see not many people here. The rotations are very important. Timing how much you have, when you put them there. But then also over-rotating. So you can see here, Tower 3, this is an over-rotation. There are too many players here trying to stop 3 or 4. And they already own it. So start rotating out. You only have to kill 1, 2, 3 players. By the time you leave, they're going to be gone. So why not start making a play here, or making a play here, or making a play here, right? And this would be the most obvious way. Chaos played very well. 2 extremely valuable teleports. We're not going to be able to clear this, I don't think. I don't actually remember. But we're going to hold middle. Even with Milk here, I want to go back just a sec. He makes a huge mistake. He goes for the tower. We cannot clear him. Like, literally 15 people clearing, and he's holding it by his own. That's how broken his March is. But what he's not doing is defending himself with his main. And so we're quick rallying into his second. because no one could beat his second for some reason. And so we just rally his main, and then he recalled his main. You can see that he's no longer taking it. And when we're like, back up. So we keep moving backwards and keep delaying. I was right in front of him, and then I moved back, and now he's focusing this guy. But yeah, the game plan worked. Rotate around Milk. We did it perfectly. Well, not perfectly, but we did it very well in a way that worked. We held their tower for a very long time, a significant amount of time. We own 4 on the map now. We rotated well. We stopped our home. We retook our bottom, and we maintained the middle. And yeah, it was a very close game. It could have gone either way if they had chosen a few more macro decisions that benefited them more. They probably could have won, and they definitely had the firepower too. But that's the power of the macro game. So I hope you guys like videos like this, and I will keep trying to bring them to you in the future. Here's the little kind of rankings at the end. You can see just how strong some of their top guys are. This is a lot of points. Anything over 2 mil is quite a lot. It means you're highly active in the match. And yeah, you can see most of their players are at the top here. We do have a few that played very well. But yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next one.